Is it on? I think so. I think so. Let's see if we can keep a signal as we go all around here. Let's go this way. How to do? Okay. So far, so good. So far, so good. Hey, girl, hey. Hi, Teresa. I'm working my way through the woods here. It's a nice day, though. Started off, it was like -5 degrees. So it was really cold to start off the day. But it's nice now. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Shari. Hi, Rena. Okay. It's quiet at the moment. So hopefully it stays that way. Let's go this way. Hi, Kasong. How are you? I was actually going to email you yesterday. And then my brain decided to think of 8 more things at the time. Oh, good. Get out the sunlight. I can't see nothing, so give me a second. Okay. It's very beautiful. And which is nice because last week was cold, and then the week before that was like blazing hot. Very disrespectful. So right now, we're in a good spot. I'm going to sit here for right now. It's still dark. I'll brighten the screen some here. Okay. Hi, Becca. All right. So how's everybody? You ready to hear my next group story? I did another Meetup group. For those who are not in the loop, Meetup is an app on the telephone. The beach was, I don't like the beach. I mean, I went because they went to Washington. I don't, I've never been to Washington, so I wanted to go. And so that's the only reason I went. I'm not a beach person, so it was, I think it was fun. I mean, I don't mean to make it sound like I had a horrible time or nothing, but it's the beach, you know. I like the trees. This is my domain, so I don't really. Anyway, so Washington was cold and gloomy, which I like, so no complaints from me. Meetup is an app on the phone, and you can go in and search for pretty much whatever you want for like-minded people. If you're into whatever you're into, Meetup has a group for you. Like there was, metaphysical groups for people who are interested in yoga, people who are interested in tarot, people who want to walk their dogs together, and there's like a group for everybody. So there's no limitations there. Whatever you think you're into, there's a group for it. So naturally, I go and I search for a Meetup group with tarot in mind because that's what I like. And I found a few that are interesting, I thought. And then I proceeded to have some of the most interesting experiences. So, the last one that I went to was a group that was, it was a group of people, I think it was like 20 people there. And it takes place on Zoom, so it was like 20 people in this group. And what they were doing here is they were breaking off into pairs, and then you read for that person and that person reads for you. And I'm like, I don't really want to do that because I read all day practically, and I don't really want to do it in my free time too. So, but I was like, well, let's go to it. Let's have the experience, right? So I went, and thank you, lucky girl. The first person, well, first what they do is they go around the room, everybody introduces themselves, and then she asks you the question, what is your reading level? Which I don't really, I mean, yes, it's a valid question because we're all getting to know each other. I just don't like the question because it leaves too much, and mind you, this is part of my lesson here. I'll circle around back to that. Part of it is, I don't want to say the words like intermediate or advanced or anything like, because I'm not necessarily a beginner, and so anything else sounds too braggadocious. But like I said, I'll circle back around to that because that's going to come up later too. And so most people in there though were beginners, and so we then broke off into, actually what I said my reading level was teachable. That's what I called it. I said, I've been reading for X amount of years, but my reading level is teachable. And so we broke off into groups, and the first lady that was reading for me, I'll just call her Jane. We'll call her Jane for the purpose of this story. And Jane read for me. She was a beginner as well, and it went fine. She knew what she was doing. She knew what she was talking about. Everything went great. I told her, have the confidence in yourself and that whole bit, because what she said was right, and so forth and so forth. And so the second person who read for me was also a beginner, and she was also like spot on with her interpretations. And then we went into a third group, and the third group You were supposed to be paired off with other people. But the third group, I got Jane again. So I got the first lady again. And then what the host was doing is she was putting people in the room who wanted to be observers, to where they didn't want to read, they just wanted to observe. And so then pops in, we'll call her Joe. It was a woman. We'll say Jane and Joe. Joe comes in to the read, and she didn't realize she was going to be put in there, and so forth and so forth. So whatever. So I already read for Jane, and Jane already read for me, so there was really nothing else to talk about. And so she had one more question, I answered that, and then that was the end of that. But then she asked Joe, Joe, did you have any questions? And that she wanted me to read on because I read fast. And so I was like, well, yeah, do you have a question? I can read on it while we're here. She said, love? I said, okay, well, what's the question? She said, love? And so right there, I knew it was time for me to go. But again, I am a person who doesn't want to just leave because it seems rude. But also, part of my lesson is, why am I forcing it? Why are you forcing yourself to stay? Because she irritated me. And maybe I need to learn a little more patience. I have patience for people, not for things, as I always say. But if I ask you, what is your question, don't just repeat the same word that you just repeated. And so I said, okay, what do you want me to focus on? Is it your love life? Is it somebody coming for you? Are you in a relationship that's going back? Like, what do you want me to ask? And I swear to God, she said the same word over again. She said, well, I don't know, just love. And I'm thinking, okay, just pull cards and tell her whatever. Because at this point, if I don't just read the reading, she's about to get cussed out. So just, because I was getting frustrated at that point. And Jane dropped a head, so she checked out. And so I'm like, okay, let me just do the reading. And then I gave her whatever popped up in the cards, which I think it said, if she's looking for a new love interest, then she has to break her cycles, because she's doing the same thing over and over and over again. So whatever. So then Jane asked Joe if she wanted to read for me, because she didn't have any questions, and she probably knew where this was going. I said, yeah, you can read for me if you want. She said, okay, well, what question do you have? I should have been petty. But I said, I don't really have one, but how about this? How about ask, is there anything that I am unaware of that Spirit is trying to teach me, that is trying to tell me, that I might be missing because I'm distracted or not paying attention or whatever? Is there something Spirit wants to tell me that I'm not hearing? And so the first two cards she pulled was the Queen of Swords and the Justice card. So she said there's a Libra and then some legal matter. I said, oh yeah, Justice is Libra too. She said, well, it might be. And I'm thinking, okay, don't correct, just let her do her thing. Thank you, me and myself and I. Justice is Libra, by the way. But she said it might be, so whatever. There's different interpretations for astrology and tarot, so don't split hairs. And because I learned the other day that the Lover's card used to be Taurus. And so there's that. So we were sitting there, and I said, okay. And she went to the next card, which was the Three of Cups, which is her card for one night stands. And she said, so this is my card for one night stands. And I'm sitting there because I'm thinking you're about to fill in the blank or something. And Jane has nothing to say because this ain't her reading. So she goes to the next card. She says, well, does any of that make sense? I said, not for my life, it don't. So I'm like, okay, I know where this is going. She either, one, doesn't know what she's doing at all, or she's pigeonholed. And this happens to all readers, to where you pick up a card and it means that 9 times out of 10. And so now that you're in that 10th time out of 10, you still give it that same meaning, even though it's something else. And so, especially for us when we do the political tarots, because politicals is so much different than just regular life tarot. Regular life tarot, the cards mean what they mean. For political tarot, you have to shape them to make sense for political readings. And so you pigeonhole your cards to where it always means the same thing no matter what you pick up. And so Again, she's a beginner, so whatever, fine, just move on to the next thing. But nothing made sense. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And I couldn't wait to get out of that room. And then the lady, thank you, Sylvia, the lady who's hosting the thing, soon as I got out of the group, because you get broke off into an extra Zoom room and then you come back to the main room, she said, hey, Johnny, how did it go? I said, oh, it was fun. You know, I love reading. And then I left it at that. That was the worst. Apparently, I'm going to have a one night stand and be sued by a Libra. So I'm like, oh, why do you keep doing these groups? And then I got a reading from two people, the two beginner ladies, Jane and then the second girl, not the crazy girl, not Joe. Both of them, I asked them both the same questions because they didn't really have any questions. So I said, should I keep doing these groups? And they both said yes, because there is something that you're supposed to be helping people with. And then it kind of clicked when they said it. And then I thought, well, okay. I still deleted the app anyway. And then I got a third reading last night. Thank you, Sylvia. And, and then I got a third reading last night. And I said, should I keep doing these groups? And that lady also said, what she's picking up in her cards, because I didn't give her all the whole backstory and all that. What she's picking up in the cards is that you're supposed to be helping somebody with something. They're in one of those groups or all of those groups. And I'm like, okay, so that makes sense, because every single group that I have been in, I feel like I'm teaching. And then I feel back to where I was in the beginning. I feel like that's not very humble to go into people's spaces and start imparting wisdom. But at the same time, the lady I got the reading from last night, she said sometimes people's egos need to be checked. If you are saying something and then they feel some kind of way about it, that ain't none of your business. If it was wrong, then okay, it's wrong. Then okay, hush. But if it was right, then it was right. Why do you feel bad about it being right? And then I couldn't answer that. Well, I could, but I don't like the answer. I feel bad about it being right because I think I have a what's the word for too much humility? To where I feel as though sometimes I shouldn't say anything because it's not my place. But at the same time, they asked for input. And so if you asked me for input and I gave you input, then if you felt the kind of way about it, then that ain't none of my business. Don't ask me for nothing. So that's my fourth meetup story. We'll see what happens after that, but so far it's been quite a show. It really has. I'm not doing none today. It's 12 something, 12, 10, 12, 20, 12, 30, 12, something like that. So what I got on the agenda next is, I think I might go into the city and walk about. That was the plan this morning, actually. And then it was like 4 degrees. Yeah, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Well, more so than that, I don't want to step on anybody's toes because I don't want to undermine you because it's not my group. And I feel as though it's a little rude to be going in there with all your knowings and things. Like, you know, I felt only a little bad, not actual bad, because mind you, I'm telling these stories in a dramatic nature for dramatic effect. It's not really that serious. But the guy with the caduceus thing, and I felt only slightly bad because I felt his energy recoil to where he felt as though I was calling him wrong when I was not. That was not my intention anyway. I think I inadvertently, yes, did call you wrong because you were wrong, technically. But, whatever. Is what it is. Yes, it's my birthday. All day. I got a strawberry shortcake, a black forest cake, and a red velvet cake. Because why? Because it's my birthday. That's why. But I brought cards, if y'all have a question at all. A political question, anyway. But for those who are learning tarot, if you want a group to study in, then there's plenty of them out there. Just beware, I guess. Oh, what is this? I don't know what that is. This comment held for review. Why? It's an emoji, for God's sakes. Okay, good juju. I don't know how to approve your comment on here, so they changed it apparently. I don't get stomach aches ever. It's not a thing I get. Bottomless pit, ma'am. Thank you, Angel. I don't get stomach aches. I never did, actually. When I was a kid, I didn't get stomach aches. Thank you, Super Truth. What time is it? I have to keep track of the time. Thank you for the PayPal. Because I did actually want to accomplish something today. I was going to leave the house today, but like I said, it was like 5 degrees, and I wasn't really about that life, and so I didn't. But it's warm now. Now there's a bunch of seeds flying in the air. My allergies have not been kind to me. See, it's a bunch of this monstrosity flying through the air. Go be free. The trip was fine. Oh, you know what we did see, though? So we went first to Cannon Beach. And when we got there, we didn't like stop and walk it or anything. We just stopped to look, because I've never seen any of the beaches, because again, I don't go to the beach. And so we stopped at Cannon Beach. And when we got there, there was emergency vehicles everywhere. And they were over by this big giant rock. Not the big rock in the usual pictures, but it was over by one of them. Will Elise Stefanik be impacted by George Santos' pending charges? Okay, let's ask. And so we went there. There was emergency vehicles going in down to the beach and all that. And so my brother was like, I wonder what's going on. And so I did a read, because I had cards naturally. And I got the death and the tower. Now, death by itself is not death, but if you get something else, then yes. And so I'm like, oh yeah, somebody definitely died. And it looked like an accident, because tower is an accident. And what I got was they climbed the rock and couldn't get down and fell, and something bad happened. But that's not what happened. But there was an accident, and because I kept getting something about they couldn't get up or couldn't get down, or there's something about they just couldn't. Thank you, Super Trooper. They couldn't move, they couldn't get up, they couldn't get down, they were hindered some way, somehow. So what happened was, it was four teenagers, and one of them, all of them got drug under by the current. And two got out, one had to be rescued, and one could not be found. And this was on a Friday. And we went on Sunday. Sunday morning, they found him there on the beach. And so that's what it was. So it had something to do with accidents, but something to do with they couldn't gain mobility or couldn't get up, couldn't get down, something like that. So he couldn't get out of the water. Okay, at least Stefanik. Will you be... Is my chapstick worth $100,000? Oh, that's got to be a fake story. Fake news. Okay. Will you Stefanik be... Ooh. Ooh. Can y'all see that? Is it too dark? Let me know if it's too dark and I'll move to the other side of the table. There's light over there. Because it might be too dark. But I do have a solution, so it's not a big deal. Is that too dark? Is that too dark? Is it dark? It's fine, visible, not too dark. Fine? Okay. Okay, then I'll leave. I'll stay. There's a little light in there. So there's that. The chariot. There might be some working together. So I think so. Page of Cups. Hangman. And finally, the Lover's card. Yes, you will. Keep in mind, the same two people on the Devil card are the same two people on the Lover's card. What's done in the dark shall come to the light, so I think so. There's something that was sacrificed, or sacrificed for, probably integrity, among other things. And then there's that. The chariot is working together to accomplish one goal. So, yes, she will be. Eight of Pentacles on the bottom working. The company you keep, my dear. The company you keep. Oh, she did, did she? Oh, something creative, too, with the Page of Cups. So, yes, she will be. She did something, too. Okay, well, what did she do? What did she do? What did she work on? What did she do? Let's ask. There's the Five of Wands, conflict, fighting. There's also politics, too. The Two of Cups, there's deals made. The Two of Cups is a business transaction of some sort, bringing, again with the Chariot, bringing some opposites together, like the Chimera at the top there. So bringing something together. Four of Cups, reluctantly. There's someone here that she coaxed into doing something. So maybe she was someone who handled his communications or something like that, to where she talked to people for him or on his behalf or something like that. Because these are people who either don't know or don't care, and then she has some sort of business arrangement to sort of iron out the conflict. Four of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. So yeah, she either fundraised as well. The Four of Pentacles is not necessarily money, but it is your values. There's something there. You know, I pulled this card. Thank you, Bernice. Just as this is why I say remain teachable. This is something that I learned today. Well, learned. I don't know if you want to call it learned. Is it learned? I did the reading myself, so I can't say I really taught it to myself, but I got a hit from Spirit, and it gave me some insight too on the Four of Pentacles. I was doing it on Tim Scott, and so Tim Scott, Tim somebody, whatever his name is, the black dude who loves Jesus a lot. So the Four of Pentacles means that you are not energetically aligned with anything on the outside. So no God alignment, no people alignment. You have your values are skewed, your identity is skewed as well. And so you may have some sort of deep trauma because the Four of Pentacles covers your root chakra. Your root chakra is where your identity and security and finances lie too. So it's skewed. When you see this, your priorities are not straight. But anyway, for as far as what she did something definitely with his campaign, but I think she was coaxing people into believing in him, voting for him, and giving him money. So she had a liar's campaign too. So how will she be impacted exactly? How will she be impacted? Via George Santos. Two of Swords. Four of Pentacles again. Five of Swords. There's dishonor. Okay. And the Hierophant. And the Page of Cups. I bet this is a violation of some sort because this is dishonor and it has something to do with the government. And then the Page of Cups. There's a creative venture, or this is a person of some sort. So I don't know if it's an aid or... I almost want to say that this person does not exist except on paper. What that means for him and his campaign, I don't know. But maybe somebody in the campaign was being paid and then the money just went straight to something like that. But there's also something like a campaign violation or campaign finance violation or some sort of lies or some sort of paperwork that was... It's something to do with the government itself. But again, values are skewed. It is so easy to not be such a horrible person. It just really not. There's a person here. I just get the feeling that they don't really exist. That's what I get. Good Lord, that's a big fishing pole. I'm just not into fishing at all. I went once in my whole life. Thank you, Magenta. Okay. If his name is even George. Jorge Santos. Like, why do you want to, why? Life is hard enough. Why do you have to go and do stupid stuff? Just don't complicate your life. It's just not necessary, I don't think. Anyway, Felicia Santos. It's probably closer than George. Probably is. this crap flying in the air. My allergies haven't gone too nuts just yet, but fingers crossed. But I don't have anything for my agenda because I think I'm slowly canceling my plans that I did that I did have. I get over things very fast. And so if I don't do it right away, it ain't gonna happen. This is as far as I'm gonna go for right now, though. But we'll see. I don't feel like getting on the train. I hate the train. I don't hate the train, but it just takes too long to get anywhere because the train literally stops at every stop. It's like, oh my God. Then it's like 14 million stops, and I just don't feel like it. It's not on the agenda anymore. I think so too. Yeah, that's what I think. Just enjoying myself. Am I hanging outdoors? Yes, I am. I'm in the woods. It's all woods back in there. There's a trail, so it's still in civilization. As you see the light pole back here. I am gonna go and sit in a restaurant somewhere. I don't know which one though. So I was gonna do one of two things. I was either gonna go somewhere I've never been or go somewhere that I am assured will not be the worst thing ever. So play it safe or take a risk. It's gonna be one of those. Play it safe or take a risk. I don't know. No, I was not in California. I visited, but I didn't move there. That was on the agenda though. But no, I live in Oregon, pronounced Oregon. I live in Oregon, and this is where I've been for the year. When I left Pittsburgh, we didn't move again. So I've been here. Pass the cards. Take a risk of playing safe. Fine, I'll pass the cards. Take a risk of playing safe. Oh Lord, I had a okay. This has to be in our DNA, I guess. I had an aunt who she was an avid people watcher, but she was always curious as to where people were going and what people are doing. And the tower would be, oh hell no. The fool would be the risk though. And so my brother, he has adopted such a thing to where he will look out the window while he's driving and wonder where they're going and wonder what they're doing. And I'm starting to do that too now. So when I people watch, I just seen this person walk past me just now. He's walked past me 3 times now. He's carrying, the garment bags. It's got like this, your suit and stuff in it. And I'm like, where are you going? You getting dressed in the woods? Are you Superman? Are you looking for your phone booth? Okay, anyway, take a risk or play it safe. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is chance. Take a chance. Fortune's on your side. You won't be disappointed. 5 of Pentacles means you'll get botulism, but the Hierophant is tradition. So say no to tradition and take a chance. Play it safe. I mean, here's the thing too. Even if I go somewhere I've never been, I'm not gonna get anything that I can't pronounce. So it's not gonna be that bad, I guess. So it's not really all that much of a risk, I guess. I never get. I don't have a destination. Do I have a destination? No, I don't have a place where I just want to live forever. I like it here though. I love the trees, even though they don't like me. They like. I get up in the morning, my eyes are like crusted shut, and then all of the skin under here is like worn and weathered because there's like always water from my eyeballs sitting on it. And so it's rough. We'll live, we'll survive though. Hi, Peggy. Retrograde is not kind to me. We'll probably play it safe though, because if I go somewhere I've never been, then it means I have to leave my 1 mile radius. I don't really think I'm about that life either, so unless I find a place I've never been and just get something I know I like, I could do that. Yes, I am at home. Had enough of the beaches. We went to 3 beaches though. We went to Cannon Beach, Long Beach, and the other one, I'll forget the name. It's like 3 in a row. 3 different names in a row. Type of thing. I forget. Because I didn't really care all that much. I'm not a beach person. Never been to Montreal. I've never been to Canada at all. I do want to go though. I will probably. Were I born in Oregon? No, I was born in Oklahoma City. My family on my father's side lives in Portland though, but I don't know any of those people, so there's that for a start. But next year, I do want to go somewhere, but I don't know if it's Canada. Yeah, Cannon Beach seems to be everybody's favorite. It was the number one tourist spot on all the websites I looked at. And it is nice. We went there, even though there was nothing but sadness when we got there, but we went there for a hot second because that wasn't our destination, and then we left and went to what? Taco sounds good. I was gonna cook tomorrow, so maybe I'll just do that. Hi, Sterling. Oh Lord, now I feel the sneezes. We're gonna start that mess. But there's also, I haven't had, there's 2 barbecue places, and um, I wanted to try one of them. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. We'll see. But it is nice. Maybe I don't go anywhere. I just stay outside all day. This is not my. I mean, it's a beautiful day, and y'all know I like rain and clouds, but it's hard to once you're out here to not be out here anymore, especially since it's windy and you get a little breeze and it's nice and cool. It feels like spring, that type of thing. So even with all the little seeds flying in the air, it feels like spring. And so it would be a shame to go sit inside all day, I think. So I won't. Just bask in the white ball of death, I shall. I had another question and I forget. Oh, it's very peaceful. Now, mind you, there's a park over here too, like over that way, and it's usually full of cheering. There's one over there, so it's still peaceful because there's not a lot of just eat cake. We'll definitely do the cake eating, but it's peaceful because it's not a bunch of them. It's just one, and then everybody else is kind of walking for exercise. So it's very, very, very peaceful. Yes, it is my birthday today. What was my question? I had a question, but I wrote them all down, and of course it's at home, so there's that. Son of a mother. Well, it doesn't matter. How about that? So it's nice they don't have to talk politics all the time, so leave the grossness out. And I think I don't know if she's in here now or he or she, Starlight Gazer. If we see them, it is also their birthday too. We Gemini. Okay, stare at the sky for a second. Let's move around. What's falling out? Oh, all my weapons. My weapons hit the ground. So let's walk. Because benches are not actually soft. So let's walk around. Oh, now I can't see again. Thank you, Tammy. As I say, I'm 19 with 30 years experience type of thing. You know, I haven't eaten all day, but it's only, what is it, 1 o'clock? 1:14. But I'll wait. No, I ate a pretzel, if that counts. I did have that. If the signal drops because we're going in the woods. Thank you, Kasong. Fasting is good for you. It ain't something I do on purpose, though, I will say. Oh, it's a neat tree. It is beautiful. It's better over here. I like the big open space, too. The trees are gigantic. That's what I like. It's when they just seem to go up forever. There was some bird noise I heard the other day. Is there an app to tell you what birds are or which one you're hearing? Because there was one a couple weeks ago. We were walking in the park. Never heard that before, ever. And it was a blackbird, and like the tips of the wings had color in them, different color. It was like one was kind of an orange or really bright red type of thing. I got the one for plants. I can't even describe the sound because it was like sections. It didn't have a regular bird noise. It was, I don't know. I can't even describe it, which is why it's the kind of thing you record. I had never heard it before. Maybe I'll go back to that park and do a live stream from there. You might hear it. But it was a little black bird, and it had color at the tips of the wing. Well, it sat on the shoulder part, so I guess when it fans out, it's more of a tip thing, more shoulder thing, kind of shoulder to the tip. But it was very unique sound. I've never heard it before. Bird call identification. Bird sounds. Okay. I'm gonna look it up because I'm very interested. I like all trees, even the ones that look strange. I still like them. I like the variety too, to where you got the big giant ones and the not so giant ones. The ones with plumes and all kinds of stuff. The regular ones, if there's such a thing as regular trees. You got the white, the birch trees. Red-winged blackbird. Yeah, its only color was just right there on the wings. I'll look it up, see if that was the same kind of sound. Because you hear how these birds, their sound comes all out at once. This was different. This was like broken up. There was like notes to it. It was neat. Okay, where am I exactly? I'm where I'm supposed to be. That's where I am. Just keep walking. Oh, I know what I did. I went backwards. Okay, we're good now. It's gonna have a Where's Waldo moment. I think there was a yellow too. I don't remember now. I think it was though, because it was definitely color. It's on the wings, nowhere else. There's a lot of bird watching at the beach too. We just walked. I think we walked like 4 miles or something like that. Then left and went to the next one where we just sat. Thank you, Pete. Where we just sat and watched the waves. The ocean is mesmerizing, though. I will say that. I'm just not a beach person. This is what I like. Give me some forest, some trees. I'll even take a flower now and then. Which is odd because I don't like dirt. But I like I like trees. I like grass. I like the green. I like the life. I do not like dirt. So I don't have the green thumb. I'm glad nature does. You grow it, I'll look at it. Well, there is, what, 5, 6 beaches? We got the Pacific Ocean. The freezing ocean. And so we have some really, now mind you, it's cloudy a lot here. And so one week, like all this was bare. And then the sun came out for approximately 6 minutes and it all just popped right out. Like it can't wait for sunlight. I think we are about 45 minutes or an hour from the coast. So the ocean's not that far. The birds of Oregon. What kind of battery life do we have? Oh, we're at 72%. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if we can make it over there without the phone dying. The park is not that far away, I don't think. I don't remember now. Mind you, I walked over there kind of on a whim, so I don't even remember where the dang thing is. I think I do, though. We're going to try. It's not like I'm in Baghdad, so I can't get lost. We'll make it. I needed to go to the grocery store, too. Uh-oh. What happened? Stop it. Hi, healer. Now these trees over here used to be full of flowers. And then it rained like Noah's Ark, and the sun went away, and all the flowers fell off. They either fell off, or they all went brown and died. The leaves stayed nice and shiny and waxy, though. And get ran over. Oh, it's something shiny and sparkly. Thank you, Sylvia. That's all. No, I like my sparkles. Oh, I was supposed to go into Macy's. I'm walking past it now. But I ain't prepared now. It's a pretty yellow flower. It's a little sad, you know. There is a, thank you, Tarot Newbie. There is a wax melt, purpley, smell good type of thing from Febreze. It's called Ocean. What I want to do is to take that to someone's perfume counter I wasn't going to compete with the trucks. Take it to someone's perfume counter and see if they have anything that smells like that, even remotely. Anything at all. Because it's probably my favorite. Okay. You know these little... Oh, it's all crumbled. Never mind. Show and tell is over. Oh, there's another one. I used to play with these as a kid, with the little seeds at the bottom, that when you let them go, they twirl. It's a little helicopter. Thank you, Card Manson. So I think it is down this street. It's a really nice park. They got a pond and ducks and all that type of stuff. For people who like that kind of thing. Oh, Sunday, we will be joined by Lori from Changes of the Positive Variety. She will be joining us on Sunday. And I think I got red maple helicopter. I used to love those things. They're everywhere, all over the ground here. Okay, let me think. We went this way last time. Oh, that's the street that stinks. Okay. You in the middle of the street, just go now. All right, let me pay attention. I gotta focus. These people speed around here. And then go when they ain't supposed to. Savage by Dior. I have not. Which I can say no, because I don't have anything by Dior, I don't think. I wish he would go. Nope, it's my turn. God damn it. Jesus. You sat there for 4 years. Jesus Christian. They made me use profanity. See, that's why I said you gotta pay attention, because they will run you over. Thank you, Charles. No, I don't have anything by Dior. I got Bleu de Chanel today. Because that's the safe bet. When I was growing up, if you wanted to get me something for my birthday, it's a watch, a tie, a cologne. That's all I want. That's it. Bye, healer. I'm trying to make it to the park before my phone dies. I think I'm going the right way, y'all. If not, it's been an adventure. All the same. But now, I wear less ties, and I wear less watches. In fact, I have one watch. Thank you, Sylvia. Other than that, I don't have any watches. And I got maybe 3 ties, maybe. But I got like 24 different scents. And I think more than that. Because I have like some little vials of perfume oil too. And then I have some, okay, so I do have more than that. Because then I have also some perfume that was handmade and sent to me. So I got a bunch of that. Yeah, I did. I went to glasses. I like sparkling and smoke. Exactly. That's me. I ain't that deep. I really ain't. That's what I want. That's what I like. That's what I got. So I got cologne for my birthday. Now, my sister, very interesting conversation too. My sister, my brother, he told me about it. My sister was like, oh, the day snuck up on me. So she was trying to figure out what to get me. And if you ask me, I'm going to say nothing because, yes, today is my birthday, but no Old Spice. No. No, ma'am. If you ask me, I'm going to say nothing because I don't really celebrate my birthday. It's just a day for me. Not to mention, I don't need nothing. I literally have everything that I could possibly want. Everything I could possibly need. So anything else is just extra. So I'm like, I don't really need anything. So you don't have to get anything. But my sister is sentimental. And so, oh, there's the part. Yay. So if it's your birthday, she's going to want to get you something. And so she is super Christian. She's not judgmental Christian, but she is definitely Christian. And so my brother was like, well, there's his Amazon wish list. And she said, well, what's on that? And he said, tarot cards. She said, oh, brother, no. So she doesn't know what to get. I did. I don't know how to say that. Is it Bulgari? I don't know how to say that. But I did have something by them, but I don't remember exactly what because I didn't buy it. And it wasn't a full bottle of something. It was one of them things they give you when you buy something else, like a little sample. And so I don't remember the name of it. I think I still have it though. What I want, and I can't justify it because it's $280, is there's a scent by Louis Vuitton that I want. I bought one already, but I bought it for my brother for his birthday. He didn't like it, so I have it. And then they gave me a sample of another one, and then that other one is the one I want. So, there is that. I'm like, I want that scent. But $300 for cologne and still only lasts 2 hours. It's not justifiable. But at the same time, neither is 280 tarot decks. So sometimes that's life, kid. It's the way things go, pal. So I'm probably going to get it eventually anyway. What's it called? I can't pronounce it. It's apparently their most popular one. Antisime, Antistime, something like that. It's. I mean, for me, because you know, you get the nose blind and you can't smell it after a while. Like I have cologne on now, I can't smell it. I'm sure somebody else can if I walked past them, but anyway. But it starts with an L, then there's an apostrophe, and I think it's either IE or EI or something like that. That's the scent. It's their most popular one, she said, but for the life of me, I don't know how to pronounce it or spell it, so I'm not much help. I ain't much help. Okay, we're here, y'all. If I see it, I'll try to get close enough for y'all to hear it. Oh, there it was. I just heard it. Gosh darn you. Oh, I think it's under that light pole. That's where it was last time. Okay. There you go. Thank you, Trillium Tarot. That's what it's called. That is it. It smells fantastic. There it is again. Oh, did y'all hear it? Okay. Can you hear it? That's a whole nother question. Oh, there it is though. So let me see if I can flip you around and zoom in. God dang it, I can't zoom in anymore. YouTube has changed things because the chat is not all over the screen anymore. And I can't zoom in. So they have changed way too much for me. Gosh darn it. I clicked one thing and the whole thing went to hell. But the bird, unfortunately, why is it zoomed in on my face? You know what? I can't with you. That's the bird up there, but YouTube won't let me zoom in. But that's one making that noise. If you can even hear it. Will it zoom in this way? So my zoom in function does not work anymore on the phone, so that's lovely. Right, Jace? It's ridiculously priced though. Red-winged blackbird, is that what it is? Because yes, there is the red on it up here, like on the wing part right there. Unfortunately, you can't see that because I can't zoom in anymore. YouTube, you suck. Donkey feet. But that's the bird up there. You hear it? Can you hear it? Hi, Flame. Red-winged blackbird. I believe you. But I love that sound. I've never heard a bird call like that before. I'm going to sit here and hope to not get eaten by the flying birds. We're going to get up again. The signal didn't go nuts until we got here. So I guess that means I can't stay here. It just means I can't sit down. It wants me to walk around. Don't be a lazy old sod, get up. Someone's trying to call me. I heard you, lady. Louis has a new one. And there's a Louis store not too far from here. It is a pretty park. It's very peaceful. It's got a, we'll look at the thing. It's got a big stone dealy wop all in the middle. It's over. Oh, you can't see that because I'm in the wrong way. It's over there. We'll go look at it. Let me flip it this way. Don't need to see me. See the bird one more time. There's the wind. And there's this thing. It's like stone, I believe. It's called Merlin. Okay. I'll just ask y'all. Y'all know everything. I tell you. I always say, ask the chat. The chat knows everything. It's always true. At least one of y'all. But you knew it before you heard it, so y'all know. Okay. I guess let me get out of here then. That was the bird. The bird and his word. It is a beautiful park though. It's very clean, very pretty, very peaceful. It's usually full of swans, not swans, geese, like usually always, but there's like herds of them, always. But they've all gone elsewhere. It's all a little Stonehenge. Hi, Jody. Oh, there's the flowers. I love these flowers. Okay, let's walk by the flowers too. Now, the geese in California they were rude. They'd hiss a lot of times. I'm like, okay, don't you get stabbed, Mr. Geese. I'm not Mother Goose. I will stab you. Oh, don't hurt the animals. And shh. Get out of my face. Aren't those just adorable? I don't know what they are. I know one of y'all do. But they just popped up overnight when the sun came out. And they're all around my house. These, and there's got some ones that are kind of like these, but red. Yes, yes, me, myself, and I. I did the app on the phone that tells you what they are, but don't ever try to get me to pronounce that word because it just looks like rhinoceros to me. And so I did the app, and that is what came up. But they're very pretty. I don't smell anything, and I ain't touching it, so. But they do smell good, I'm sure. The bees love them. That is the name of it, though. That rhinoceros word. That is the name. Someone has defaced the table, but it says F racism, so I guess it's not much of a defacement here. I mean, okay. Rhododendron. Rhododendron. I'll stick to rhinoceros. I think that's it. Rhododendron. There you go. That's close enough, I guess. Or rhinoceros. But it's a peaceful day. I did fall on my head a couple times. I mean, if I'm talking to flower people, then I wouldn't say that. But if I'm walking to a random person, hey, what about those rhododendron flowers? In this town, the first thing they're going to do is, can you smoke it? And the second thing they want to know is, why are you telling me? I am in the park. I don't know what the name of this park is, though, but I'm in the park. At least for the next 10 minutes. Because I do need to go to the store, too. Except we can't go to the store because Jason Mraz is going to be in there and trying to snatch my YouTube monetization from me. So we can't have that. So we're in the music-free park right now. There's not many people. Got a couple people taking laps, which is nice because it's a nice day. Take advantage of it. It's not hot. Last week it was kind of coldy, rainy. And then the week before that was mad disrespectful with the 89s and the 88s and all that. So there's that. So let me get up from here and if I think about it, might be able to go live tonight, or will I? Probably not. No, never mind. Never mind. Because according to my psychic reading, I have a one night stand and a legal case tomorrow. So Lord Jesus. It's easy to get stuff wrong. I shouldn't poke fun. Thank you, Marby. It's easy to do. Now, where did Ian come from all of a sudden? Well, anyway, it is my B-Day today. I've decided I'm doing all of nothing. I was going to go to Portland and walk around and sightsee and so forth, but that's not going to happen like, at all. So there's that. It's too late now. If it wasn't 5 degrees this morning, I could have went, but I don't want to spend half the day in a train. Not when it's nice out, so. Yeah, I can't with this hot weather. Because mind you, here in the Northwest, we do not have air conditioning. Because you never needed it before. Now you do. There's no such thing as global warming. It still snows. Like, if you get out of here. Anyway. Now we get 88s in the middle of spring, which means summer's going to be mad rude and disrespectful. Oh well, we'll live, we'll survive, but I will complain the whole time. Word of warning. That's a nice day. Nice and peaceful. These people drive like demons. This is where I would usually insert. I'm glad I don't drive, but I'm in the street too, so this will work. Yes, I have the portable air conditioning, but it is a thing that cools the side of your face. Because it blows here. It like blows right there, and then that's it. It doesn't like cover your whole face. I mean, I guess that's better than nothing, but I'm gonna break it out this season, that's for sure. We're gonna see what happens. That is for sure. Okay. the street. Have to concentrate. You know what I should have done? I still can. I could do that. That doesn't take a long time. I should go to Metaphysical Store, or I can go to Barnes& Noble and buy a deck. That's what I should do. It's my birthday gift to myself. That's what I should do. I think there is a deck that I want, but it's on that. That is dangerous. It's dangerous for me. The key, I think, is don't take a big giant bag. Maybe if I took one, or don't take any. Just walk in with the intention that you can only you can only buy one thing. I think this will do. What we got? Batteries have gone. We wouldn't make it there in time. But we could do that still. The day is not gone. It doesn't get dark till 9 o'clock. So I could still do that. $248 is two something. Yeah, I seen that. They have decided to move her poem to the middle school section. And here's the thing. Like, I kind of understand this concept of I, as a white person, I'm not racist, but I don't want to hear about white people being racist because it makes me uncomfortable. Thank you, Earth Mama. So, okay, fine. I understand your fragile nature and that you don't want to be reminded of racism and you don't want your child to be taught that white people were racist. At the same time, it happened. It's happening. It will continue to happen. Therefore, you cannot erase it. Trying to shield your child from something that makes you uncomfortable is not going to work. Why is it not going to work? Because they live on Earth. That's why. Everything you don't want them to know, they will find out at some point. Everything. Everything. That's the way it goes. Things are revealed to people because people dig, people wonder, people Google, people this, people that. They will find all of that out. They will wonder why I can't say this word. They were one, and look at there. Speaking of which, you see the 45 there? It looks like a swastika. You're going to find that thing, and then they walk past something like that. What are you going to say to them? Oh, that's because, Donald Trump was the greatest president in the history of mankind, and nobody liked him because of it. And then if they Google him, then what are they going to find out? You can't shield them forever, no matter how hard you try. The truth is, the truth is. But they will find it out. What you should do, angry person who wants the poem banned and all that, is work your hardest. Be the best version of yourself. Don't be racist. The end. That's all you gotta do. Don't be racist. Everybody marching with Dr. King was not black. Everybody who supports Black Lives Matter is not black. Be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Your fragility does not exist in the space where healing must be done. If you feel uncomfortable, what you need to do is deal with the why and not the who. I say that to anybody and everybody. Deal with the why and not the who, because the who changes, the why does not. You mad at this person because they said a word you don't like. Okay, that face is going to change. This person said it. The person down the street can say it. The person living next door to you can say it. Your own family members can say it. The who changes. Why it makes you uncomfortable doesn't. So if you have a problem with critical race theory, or if you have a problem with you see it, then find out why and then deal with that. It's not that complicated. It doesn't have to be anyway. But as we say in the country, a hit dog will holler. So there's that. If the first thing you say is I'm not racist, then you might be. Because nobody accused you. The child wrote a poem, which is the whole book ban thing is to read. You want to ban something, that's me. Because that got me a good F. I can't read that book at all. I never got off the first page. It wasn't exciting. It wasn't interesting to me. So I couldn't. I just can't. You give me a whodunit, I can read that. You give me a book about tarot cards, I can read that. You give me a book on psychological disorders, I can read that. Business law, I can read that. Shakespeare, no can do. If you want to ban books, ban boring books. Or just don't read it. That's all I say. You cannot exist on a planet with only things that you like. It's not how the world works. Not even in the South. Because you know what's going to happen. This is how fate works. That mother has 2 children, I believe. Or they didn't say mother, they said parent. That parent has two children. I guarantee you, both of those kids are going to grow up and date the blackest person you've ever seen in your life. They're going to bring them home to Thanksgiving and Christmas and Halloween and Easter celebrations. They're going to be sitting there at your dinner table with the darkest, blackest person you have ever seen. Because that's what fate does. When you give it the middle finger, it gives you everything you hate. Not only will they be the darkest person you've ever seen, thank you, Jen, but they'll be smarter than you and they'll get under your skin. Because you didn't know black people read books. That's what happens. You don't like gay people? Both your kids gonna be gay and date black people. And one of the people gonna be black and Mexican. Just to rub it in. They're gonna have a fish fry and a quinceañera all at the same time. That's what happens. Keep playing. Everything you ate is what's coming to you when you act like that. Because it ain't necessary. People are people. How do they behave? That's what you should be looking at. That's all you should be looking at. Because that's what matters. But, what do I know? I've only been here before. Jen back from the desert. Did you take in the sights? See the seas? Experience the experiences? I've actually never heard it. I didn't watch the inauguration, so I have no idea. That song is copyright. Well, it might be. Who owned it? Paul McCartney? There's one of them. And then there was public domain, and then it was copywritten, and then it went back, I think, or something like that. Okay, I'm going back home. It's a nice day. So I'm gonna go charge the phone. I said I was gonna go to Barnes and Noble, but I'm not. I probably am anyway, though. If I go, I'll take y'all. So we may go live again in another 20 minutes. Birthday? No, I don't celebrate the birthday. I mean, they bought me cakes and things, but no, none of that. They're just days to me. I mean, not that I have anything against birthdays. Am I going live tonight? I am not, actually. I thought about it, but no. We got sprinklers going everywhere. Ugh, hundreds. What are humans going to do when the sun grows? Because it expands at a certain point. I mean, mind you, it's like a gajillion years away, but what in the world are they going to do? If we haven't warred ourselves to death, that is, but what are they going to do? It's always humans' lesson, though, that your problem is a lot bigger than your territories and powers. But anywho, I'm going to get off of here and charge this telephone. And if I go to Barnes and Noble, then we'll go at the same time. There'll be a lot of traffic noise, just FYI. But then we'll go pick out a tarot deck because I need one of those apparently. So we'll go do that. So I will see y'all if I decide to go. Then I'll see y'all then.